Got something new from R-Core today on the channel, and this one here is the compound style grip, as you can see here on the box there, as it focuses slowly. There we go. Now we got it. So compound grip and a core series here. So I'm going to show you what I've got here behind me. I'm going to set the camera up on the bench and we'll get right into showing you what these new grips are. But before I do that, big thanks to Aris sending me out a shooter shirt with my name on the back and everything. So, now I'm a part of the team, I suppose. So yeah, we'll get right into it and then I'll show you what the differences are on these grips, especially the new compound grip, because I'm excited about that one. It is one that I have used in the past. Plus, I'll show you a bunch of the different features on all of the other grips that are available through R-Core, or at least the grips that I'm working with them on. So let's get right into it. Okay, so we're here at the bench now, and we've got a few different grips here. The first thing I want to show you though is the compound grip, because that's the main thing. Before I do that though, keep in mind that if you click links in the description below, that really helps this channel out when you're looking to purchase these R-Core grips, any of the R-Core grips. And if you use code Kaminski, my last name, K-A-M-I-N-S-K-I, at checkout, you get 10% off, not just my grips, but any of the R-Core grips, including their Builder series or any of the other grips they do sell. Both of those things really help this channel out, and it's much appreciated when people do click on those links and use that code at checkout. Plus, it saves you some money, and you can't go wrong there. So, with that being said, I'm gonna open up this R-Core Kaminski Compound Grip, which is new and has not yet been debuted. So, you get a nice box that it comes in, some information, as well as a card of theirs, and a few different things as well, including some washers for the screws, some anti-slip, well, it's 3M safety walk that I really like, that you can put on the grip to prevent your hand from slipping, and a nice little R-Core diamond sticker there. In addition to that, you usually get some sort of keychain trinket or something that comes with the grips itself, and inside of the box is a nice bag that the grip comes in. So this grip is the Kaminski Compound Grip, and this is in the glass color, which is blood red, or glass plastic, which is, in the blood red color. Super sharp looking, and basically what this grip is and where it comes from is I basically looked at all of the compounds out there and just wanted to see how their grips shot on a recurve. This is the exact same width as a standard Hoyt compound, at least that was in the time frame that I shot this grip, and it's the exact same slope as well, the angle. So if you're switching from compound to recurve, these grips may be a great idea, potentially if you wanted the comfort and what the familiarity is that a compound grip feels like. Now, there is one caveat to add to this grip though, is that because it is so narrow and we don't have any let off when we get the bow back to full draw, it does tenderize the hand a bit on the palm here. So I can tell you that from experience shooting 47, 48 pounds and shooting 300 plus arrows in a day, where the grip sits in the hand, you'll have a definitive line that is borderline a bruise. So just keep that in mind. It is a bit punishing relative to a compound grip because it is so thin. But it is dead center in the bow itself, left to right, relative to where the center of the bow is. And we have the palm filler here, or the webbing of the thumb filler in this area that fills up that gap. But essentially, it's just nice and thin like a compound. Again, it's the same angle as a compound, at least as I designed it. And then, you can add these little things that come with it. I really personally like this 3M safety walk type stuff. It's very similar to a skateboard decking. It's essentially just a very coarse sandpaper, but it lasts a lot longer than sandpaper. Personally, it's a little bit big for me. I like to shoot a pad about yay big, give or take, right in the pressure point of the grip. I'll show you on a grip of mine, an older one that has some sandpaper on it, that has roughly the shape and size that I've used in the past. And you can see here, it's a little bit smaller than this piece that it comes with, about a half of the piece, and it's right there on the pressure point. So yeah, this is the compound Kaminski grip as designed. No lifeline ridge, no stipling, no nothing, just as designed, even the angle as I designed it. Again, this mimics a standard Hoyt compound grip angle as well as the width and the shape. It's a little bit different up in this area to fill this little void in the thumb for a little bit more comfort up in there and a little bit more consistency in the placement in the hand. So again, use links in the description below and code Kaminski at checkout for 10% off of this grip as well as any other R-Core grip in their lineup. Now there's some other things here that I wanted to show you. Something a little different. These Core series grips that R-Core is coming out with essentially are cast grips. They are molded instead of 3D printed. They still come with all the same stuff, or at least mine did. I believe yours may as well. And it is the same type of thing. It just has a little bit more of a texture to it and it has a different feel and it is cast instead of 3D printed. So this one is the Kaminski Barebow grip as designed with a 34-degree angle. No lifeline ridge, no stippling, no nothing. But you can tell, you know, the texture to it has just a little bit more of a natural grip to it, and I actually really like this material, and it feels great. It is the same exact thing as their 3D printed versions. It's just cast instead. So again, this is that Core series. At least that's what this box says here. So same thing. This is the Barebow grip again, like I said, with the correct angle that I like it designed at, because I prefer that really low wrist when you're doing a deep string crawl. Pulls that bottom limb and really loads it up a lot, so it makes the grip feel like it's a lot higher in the wrist than it normally is, and it's just really difficult to control. So in the Barebow grip series, as designed, it's very low angle to help compensate with that string walking. But this is actually, I don't know how much, I think I might like this one as much as the Glass series personally, especially for Barebow doing a grip sear, the edge on that. It's nice and smooth and the texture does feel nice. I think you won't slip around nearly as much potentially using this grip. So I like that one. That is a nice little change from the past. And then what do we got here? This is the Kaminski Recurve as designed, 38-degree angle. Again, all of the little accessories it comes with. This one, I believe I have shot already, or at least put on a bow. Oh wait, no, I stole the grip traction tape for another grip. This is the glass in smoke. Yes, smoky black glass, super sharp. I really like the glass for the reason of the grip sear edge. It's very smooth right through there because this is a high polished resin essentially that is used to print these. This grip is one that I shot on my Win and Wins in the 2017 year when I shot Win and Win. It's just a similar, very similar design to all the Recurve grips that I've shot in the past, with potentially a little bit more meat in the sides here, making it a little bit wider. But it's a really nice solid platform to shoot off of. And then lastly, I've got a LPP, a lowered pivot point grip in the original 44 degrees design, which is a little bit higher than my other grips. As you can see, this was 38 degrees as designed, and the Barebow grip was even lower than that. Looks like 34 degrees, and the compound grip didn't have any angle on it because it's just the standard compound grip. I'm not sure which the angle is, but again, it comes with all the standard stuff here in the LPP. I think it's the same material as this here in smoke black. It is. But all that this one does compared to the others is I've already gone over, so forgive me for repeating this on this channel, but it lowers the pivot point slightly down here. It does two things. It gives you a little bit more hand clearance on the arrow that's going by. So if the feathers or vanes or spin wings are hitting that knuckle there as it's going by, lowering your hand down away from the actual plunger, that can help quite a bit there. But also what this does is, if you were to imagine that this is a bow, and this side here is the grip, and this side is where you pull on the string. As you have a grip in the center and you pull on the string, it's relatively balanced. But if you lower the grip down and you pull on the string straight, you'll see that it starts to rock backwards like this relative to the target, because the target would be this way. And what that does is, in theory, allows you to add more weight on the long rod on the stabilizer to help keep that bow still, so it should give you a little bit more of a holding advantage in theory. At least that's why I designed it and why I shot this grip in the 2016 Olympics on my Hoyt setups. So that's a quick rundown and a quick breakdown of the 4 different designs that are offered currently through R-Core that I have come up with. The new compound grip, the Barebow grip, the Recurve grip, and the Recurve LPP or lowered pivot point. These are all as designed with no lifeline ridge, although what you can get is different options. This is the LPP in 3D printed plastic. This is just plastic, not the glass like these ones. This has the lifeline ridge there on the edge, as well as the pyramid stippling there, which gives you some built-in traction without using this safety tape. I really, really like this. It is aggressive and it can exfoliate your skin a little bit, but your hand will never move. These I've not shot with super crazy conditions, but my hand never moves on them, so I am very happy with it. It may be a little aggressive for certain people, so potentially knocking down the high spots with a little bit of sandpaper or a file, just barely touching it may make it a little better. Personally, I don't think you need this lifeline ridge. Maybe if you're really uncomfortable and inconsistent in placing your hand, you may like it, but generally, as I design these grips, they have very sharp edges on them. So you feel like it's a very consistent spot to place them all on the left side. Because, you know, stock grips, old school stock grips like this are just sloped and angled and have no place to put their hand in a defined way, and it's just kind of you're searching for it all the time. Plus, in addition to that, there's a huge gap that forms here at the top of the grip, which all of these grips that I designed fill that gap very nicely there, and it touches in every single one of these grips, even the LPP grip. It's just got a little bit more of a slope because that thing would stab me in the thumb and caused quite a lot of pain. They do offer many different types, including wooden grips made out of wood with some sort of traction stuff, basically cast in place or, you know, cast on top of that. There are obviously various different colors of the glass grips, of the printed grips, and of the wood grips. There's very different colors and very different styles and different types of wood, and all of them are extremely good. I've not had one single problem with any of these grips, and I can't say enough about Aris and R-Core. And I'm very excited to be working with them and excited to release this compound grip that you can put on your Recurve. It makes it feel exactly like a compound, and it makes it extremely consistent and extremely user-friendly to use, especially if you're coming from compound. But if you're also looking for a grip that's very thin and very nice and sits in your hand really well, I like it. It's just something else that you might want to play with and see if you like it, because if you find something that you like better, maybe you'll shoot better in the long run. So anyway, remember, use that code and that link in the description below, Kaminski at checkout for 10% off. Thanks.